Now then, people, good afternoon. Welcome back to the Just Show Football Show. I hope you are all doing well. As is always the case, please do smash me a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course, hit that notification bell. You can tell like the transfer window is open because like you go away for a bit and already there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 updates for us. So the transfer merry-go-round, the news just continues to bang. Listen to Liam and smash a like on that video. Big up to Tyler. Danny talks sport. Dan says, fire, fire. Dookie says, let's go. Afternoon, Blinkyfish. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good. Hey, is it true we're probably not going to do any transfers? Well, that's what Joe Donahue said, but I think it's more of a case of like, that's not like insider knowledge. It's more of a case like, that's what we expect. Of course, if a transfer is doable, they'll do it. Like if they could have beat Brentford to Kelleher, they'd have done it. Do you know what I mean? It's not so much as like we will only do business then. But obviously there's PSR implications, right? Let's start with Nick Pope anyway, because it's come out on the Newcastle side of things that Nick Pope doesn't want to leave Newcastle. Of course, this doesn't mean that Newcastle still won't accept a bid for him. But Nick Pope, according to sources in Newcastle from this article here, Nick Pope's stance on leaving Newcastle United revealed after Leeds have made inquiry. The former Burnley shot stopper is not interested in leaving Newcastle this summer. A lot of that will be due to the fact as well that he did win back his number one shirt, and he'll probably feel that, look, I can still be number one at this football club. We're just going to the Champions League again. I want to be there. So this is from Lee Ryder, the chief Newcastle United writer. He says Newcastle keeper Nick Pope wants to stay at St James's Park and play his part in next season's Champions League adventure. The Magpies have had an inquiry from newly promoted Leeds, but the 33-year-old is happy on Tyneside. With 2 years left on his contract and in his peak goalkeeping years, Pope is ready to put up a fight for the number one spot, and he's not actively seeking a move. It goes on to speak about Pope losing his place after a knee injury, but he wrestled the gloves back off the Bravka to star in the Carabao Cup final against Liverpool, while also keeping his place for the Champions League push. Reliable ITK on Wacko said earlier today that Pope is having a meeting with the club as Trafford's off Newcastle. Well, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. I don't think, and I said this yesterday, I don't think it's an easy deal. And the reason I say that is because I'm still at a loss how Newcastle get Pope out of Burnley. If they do, then fair enough, we can have conversations. But not Pope, sorry, Trafford out of Burnley. Because they failed in the summer. Why now as a Premier League club will he do that? Also, City are sniffing around him, having lost him initially. Edison's leaving. Maybe they go to Trafford. I'm not convinced on the Pope. I'd love Pope, but I'm just not convinced. But again, it's not ITK. It's not reliable info or anything. It's just my thoughts. A goalkeeper departure is needed in order to pave the way for an arrival such as Trafford or Aaron Ramsdale. We know Vlachodimos. We spoke about this earlier. He could go Dubravka as well, but they will only leave if the club matches his 50k per week salary, which is what Dubravka's on. Obviously, he was going to move to Saudi, and Newcastle stopped it. But yeah, it does make for a tricky summer in the keeper department for Eddie Howe, with the head coach knowing the arrival of a keeper demanding to be number one will have implications on the current setup. And what we also have to take into consideration is Leeds really can't wait around. And that Trafford, Dubravka, Vlachodimos, Nick Pope thing could rumble on. Could rumble on for a long time. So Leeds might be best placed to moving on to other targets. And one of these other targets could well be Sam Johnston, which is a goalkeeper we've spoken about before, and one that I said I would sign. And according to reports, he's told Wolves he wants to go and will be available for 8 million. It's quite interesting. This story came out around about the time we hear about Nick Pope. So, bro, they bid for him though, Alan. They bid for him. They could afford it. They bid for him. They had a bid rejected. They didn't not be able to afford it. They had a bid rejected. So this goes on to say in this article, Sam Johnston gives Leeds the green light over move. Johnston only joined Wolves from Palace last summer, but the 32-year-old is keen to move again after he played back up to Jose Sarr. The England international wants game time ahead of the World Cup. Leeds have already been linked with the former West Brom and Villa star, but now Team Talk offer more details. They say a move to land Johnston from Wolves will set the 49ers back $8 million this summer. I don't think it's a bad price at all, if I'm honest. But perhaps more importantly, Johnston wants to join Leeds. He's keen on a move to Ellen Road, as it hands him the chance to become a first-choice goalkeeper again in the Premier League ahead of the 25-26 campaign. No, he's not. I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. But he's still a good goalkeeper, and he knows how to keep goal. Johnston still has plenty of years ahead of him, and he's vastly experienced in both the Premier League and the Championship. Yet his arrival as the club's number one would be deemed underwhelming by Leeds fans. Not by me. Not by me personally. I'm going to ask the poll in the chat. Would you be underwhelmed by signing? Why do you say that, Monkey Spy? Why do you say that? He's a very, very good keeper. In my opinion, I'm just making sure. Yeah, okay. Spelling's not my strong point. I had spelling right. So I put a poll in the chat. Who Blinky Fish? Who? Sam Johnston's not a bad goalkeeper, folks. And I would rather not wait around me. We need a goalkeeper, and Sam Johnston's done it at Premier League. He's a very good keeper. And I agree with what Logan says here. Saves a bit of money for other positions as well. $8 million is not a bad price for Sam Johnston. How old is Sam Johnston? He's an English international. Don't forget this. He's 32. Yeah, I didn't think he was that old. He's a full international, to be fair, exactly. He isn't underwhelming, steady Eddie. And that for me is what we need, Tom. Is what we need. If you're going to have problems with Pope, which I'm honestly, I'm telling you now, and you can clip it. I do not think Newcastle get Trafford. I think Nick Pope will be their number one. I don't know. So you'll have to. That's where my head's at with it. I hope I'm wrong, because I'd love Pope, but Sam Johnston's not a bad backup to that. 57% say no, they wouldn't be underwhelmed. Jordan, don't, mate. It's all I see. It's all I see. And I'm already seeing Tacticos online blame Farker now, like saying, oh, it's great being linked to these players, but the main sticking point is Farker. Based on what? You do realise that Farker was at Mönchengladbach and Marcus Thuram has had nothing but praise for him. You know, the guy who just played in the Champions League final. Admittedly, he was shite, but the guy that said, oh, I was buzzing when Leeds got promoted for Thuram. These Tacticos think they know, like, it's bullshit. It's hilarious even to think that. But that's what's going to happen. I said it. I already predicted it, folks. Manager's got no pull. That'll be the next bullshit that comes out. Someone said to me online, and again, I'm not taking shots on this person, like saying, you know, we got outmaneuvered by Brentford. Be watching. No, they just, at this moment in time, have a better standing in the Premier League than us. Although, no, he's not there. He's not there. Yeah, I don't think we'll go for Petrovic, though. I don't think we'll go for Petrovic. I think they'll want someone older, more experienced. I saw that tweet. I almost tagged you. I knew this. I said it would happen, John. Right? Like it was obvious that that's what we'll see. Because it's the same people who didn't like the manager will now use that as an excuse. It's mad. He'll go if Brighton are in for him. Guess what, Leeds fans? He'll go Brighton. Brentford are in for Kelleher over Leeds. Guess what? He'll go Brentford. It's nothing to do with the manager. Nothing to do with the manager. We had players come play for fucking Jesse Marsh, for God's sake. You know what I mean? It's not about that. But anyway, Nick Pope, Sam Johnston, I think would be a good signing. Next, we've got a few stories that are coming from Graham Borough fan Burley, which, you know, take with a pinch of salt. Leeds could go back in for Cameron Archer. I don't want this to happen. I didn't mind it in the Championship. he spends a period of time at Leeds and he's ready to go. I pushed this. I said I would be up for it, but not in the Premier League now. Leeds set to go back in for 15 million Championship striker this summer. He's not what we need. He's not what we need right now for me, unfortunately. For him, he should have moved in January. He couldn't get that move through. Game over. You know, we need proven now for me. So Cabernacho would be a hard pass. Again, it's probably nothing, this anyway. But what about Mitrovic? My man, I read somewhere this morning he might be going to Al Hilal. Sorry, I think he might be transferring. The club, what they're doing, DM we trust, and big up Joe, big up to Calberry as well. Archer was a means to an end in the Championship. Now, yeah, exactly. I agree with you. I'd have taken him, and I wanted him. I know some Leeds fan didn't, but I would have taken him 100%, but not now. Not for me. This one again, this is from Harry Diamond. I think it's also from Graham Bailey if they've done like an exclusive with him or something. But Red Bull could do extraordinary deal for Leeds United defender if 75 million star leaves this summer. This is according to Graham Bailey, I believe. But Pascal Struijk could be subject of a bid from Red Bull in replace of the defender that could be departing. This, of course, is from Bailey, so I'm not too sure about that. But Luke Barr is wanted. Struijk, yeah, could move across to Leipzig. Look, I've said before, I really like Pascal, but with the injuries that he's had, it's quite interesting. I heard Curly Wand from the Kaiser Chiefs over on Simon Ricks over on the fan debate on Sky Bet fan debate, which was a good listen. I listen to it all the time. It's great. And he said, like, he has no problems with Rodon and Struijk individually. It's who partners them. So, and I agree with that. I think we need Rodon and one other. I don't think you start them both. You know what I mean? So I think, yeah, for me, Struijk could go, and I'd be okay with it, folks. I would, but I'm not sure. When it comes from Bailey, I'm not too sure. Chris Gill says, here we go again. Why are we not signing earlier? Why is everyone talking about goalies from the Prem? There is so much talent in the continent and cheaper. I haven't said anything about signing early. I'm cool with it, mate. I'm quite relaxed. We need a goalie from the Prem for me, mate. We need proven, and I think that's what the data-driven stuff from the football club has shown that. And I would prefer us to do that than go out and get someone who might flop. It's just my opinion, though, Chris. But in response to what you were saying, we have been linked to a goalkeeper in Brazil, Santos goalie. So this is maybe more your wheelhouse, bro. Again, this is from Graham Bailey, though. Leeds United interested in signing Santos goalkeeper Brazao. Leeds United understands that goalkeeper Brazao is a target for Leeds, having only joined the Brazilian club from Inter Milan at the beginning of 2024. Brazao was impressed back in Brazil. Red Bull connections in Brazil are vast, and club have been considering a number of options. What's Red Bull got to do with us? Nothing. Brazao has finally found a home with Neymar Santos, having joined Parma from Crasario at 18, and then 6 months later loans with these clubs. He returned to Brazil with Neymar's side, and has been first choice since, conceding just 57 goals in 57 games, a goal a game then, yeah. I don't believe it. I don't see us going for a relative unknown from Brazil to be our goalkeeper in the Prem. No way, not for me. I think for me, that is great. That's a great shout, man. That is an unbelievable shout, my man. So for me, I think, and I know, wouldn't be quite underwhelming getting Johnston, but definitely not exciting. But do we need that, though? Do we need that? Not for me. We got exciting last time, and it didn't work. I would rather us go against that. I know that when Sam Johnston goes out on that pitch, I can trust him. That's all I want from a goalkeeper. Sam Johnston, I can trust in the Premier League. Obviously, I prefer Nick Pope. There is preferences, but I'm not convinced that they get Trafford. So for me, Sam Johnston's 8 million. I trust him. Get centre back to partner Road on. We're going to need a replacement for Firpo as well, because Fabrizio Romano has given us an update on Teo Hernandez. Teo Hernandez will be transferring, it looks like, to Saudi Arabia, which of course means Firpo is the backup. Andrea sent me a little piece in the Italian press this morning as well, like on the news, on the news press. Lazio still linked to Lazio still linked to the Firpo in the Italian press, so there's that as well. And then obviously we know he's wanted by Lyon as well. But the fact that the club in Saudi Arabia, I think it might be Al Ahly, have, let's have a look, in a post on X, Romano claimed terms have been agreed on a package worth 35 million with Saudi Pro League outfit Al Ahly, now set to work on agreeing personal terms with Teo Hernandez. But it appears Milan are ready to lose the 27-year-old and could now turn focus to West Yorkshire and Firpo. So Firpo, we know anyway, right? Firpo's been offered reduced wage. He's been offered lesser term in terms of length of contract. So his time's up anyway. So it's just a matter of time. And it's frustrating because what it means is we have to then get a left back. Yeah. Transfer chat is such a Birin given. I don't know what that means, all the fit rumours, but the dominoes will fall eventually and we'll start signing players you're doing. Thank you very much, Michael. That's what I tried to do, is like just give you my opinion on it. And I'll be honest with you, and I'll say when I go, yeah, that's guff, that's rubbish, he's chatting beans, but we still talk about it, right? We're still going to talk about it. You know, the titles might draw people in, but it's my job. I get you to draw in, but we talk honestly, right? We cut through the bullshit. So yeah, we know Firpo is going to go. Lyon, Lazio, Milan, he's leaving. Yeah. So he's going to go. So that means we need a number one left back, and it won't be Tsimikas. We need a number one left back. We need a left-sided centre back. We need a goalkeeper. We need a box-to-box 8 or an attacking midfielder 10/8, whichever tickles your pickle. I think we're going to get a winger. Does that mean no return for Solomon, potentially? We need a number 9. There's a lot that needs shaping up. Yeah, 100%. Paxiao, definitely. Paxiao, sorry, looks like the one. And again, I didn't know about him. I'm not going to bullshit you, but just on what the lads have said, yeah, that can't happen. That can't happen. Definitely not. He's got the turning circle of a fucking lorry at times, hasn't he? Let's be honest. I remember him getting done up by Josh Sargent. Would you go do an Ipswich go for a transfer? No, not for me. Or maybe that's a little bit of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Arrogance by me. Like we're better than that, maybe. I don't know. But no. Ideally not. Yeah, just having a look to see if there's anything else before. Just all confirmation on Kelleher and Flecken, and Inzaghi's now going to Al Ahly. Imagine the money they're earning, man. You'd be off, man. I'm sorry, you would. The money that they'll be getting offered is mad. Seong Hun Min, Son is set to leave Tottenham. I'll text Son. Could leave this summer. We'll want a fee. We're definitely not getting him, by the way. Just putting that out there. Yeah, it's all about Kelleher at the minute. I think he'll be a good pickup for fantasy football. I won't lie to you. So I'd probably have him. My bench is just going to be all Leeds players, but yeah. 800k a week he got offered and he decided to stay at Manchester United. Well, fair play to him. Manchester United fans are happy, you know. Yeah, but I spoke about Basuma on here. I would take him, but no, he's gone, mate. He went for like 7 million. He's gone. Yeah, I would sell Voba. You keep Schmidt, don't you? I would sell Voba though. And it'd be interesting to see what happens with Schmidt. Like I said, I've got a plan for you. You know, he's got a future. Leeds are behind Marseille, Napoli, and Brighton for Pascal, understandably so. Yeah, definitely heroic. Definitely. On it, smash the like, people. Yeah, if you haven't already, smash the like. But yeah, look, Sam Johnston, is it underwhelming? 56% of you said no, that's fair. And at 8 million, maybe you pay 5 up front, rising to 8. Happy days. Pope doesn't want to leave Newcastle. You can see why. They brought in Dubravka, they brought in Vlachodimos. He ended the season as the number 1. He's now a Champions League player and he won the Carabao Cup. Does he want to leave that with 2 years left on his deal? Probably not. I don't think they'll get Trafford. So I think Pope's out of the picture now, me personally. Sam Johnston's a decent backup to that. We're going to need a left back now, first team. Can't get a young player to be an understudy. You need a number 1. Pascal, winger. We've also been linked to JUSTJOE this morning as well, the striker, 10 striker. So he's streets ahead. Yes is your answer. He's streets ahead. No, I like Johnston, but I can see a lot of negativity, but it is what it is. Sam Johnston's a top keeper, trust me. But that's just me. I think he'd do a great job for us. We don't need nothing flashy. We just want a goalkeeper that can keep going. You can go abroad, you can go to the continent, and he might be flashy with his feet, and he might do a little, Cruyff turn on edge of his box, but he'll fucking jump out where your shots. I'm sorry. Go get me hardened, good in the air, fucking punches balls, catches balls, and can keep goal. 1-on-1, demon. Shot stopper, demon. Can have the confidence to command his box and tell his defenders where he needs them to be. You know, this is where we need to be. Not that's just where I'm at. Genuinely, mate. I think his shot stopping's worse than Johnston. Genuinely. Let's not forget, Rob Sanchez lost his place to Jason Steele at Brighton. Let's not forget, Chelsea fans do not want Rob Sanchez in goal. So, finally, I catch a live stream. Found your channel maybe 2 weeks ago, and I've been just watching the lives after they've already ended. Easily one of my favourite channels that isn't a Man United channel. Big up to you, Ravel Burns. Thank you very much. Did you come over from Saeed? Yeah, it's great to see other teams coming over. Get Finn Darman. Yeah, he's another that's been... he's prevented 4 goals this... Look, I think, like Nick Pup, Sam Johnston saves you points. Oh, no. Fucking hell. Definitely no. Yeah, I think 8 million. And I actually think you could get Sam Johnston for 5 rising. And he gives us, 2 years and then we move on. I'm cool with that. But we'll see, won't we? Listen, I've got my son tonight. So just me and him are going to chill this evening. I normally have him on a Wednesday, but tomorrow is the... yeah, definitely it is, isn't it, Ben? He is, 100%. Point blank range, he's that type of keeper, double saves kind of vibe. He's a very good keeper. He's one of them that when you come up against, you think, how the fuck's he saved that? You know? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Although we've seen it change slightly, I think. It's going back. A bit like the number 9 vibe. It's going back. Football's cyclical. Football goes in cycles. Yeah, so tomorrow we've got a watch along of the Nations League semi-final, Germany versus Portugal. Then again on Thursday, Spain versus France. Then we'll do the final on Sunday. So yeah, join me for that. And then Friday I'm in Blackpool with a little for a football tournament. But if there's any transfer news, I'll just do like a pre-record on my phone. You know that, folks. But yeah, thanks as always for watching. If anything happens, I will come live once my son's asleep. But yeah, for now it might be just tomorrow. But I'm always here. Make sure you've hit the notification bell. Welcome subscribers, new, old, all of you legends. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all in a bit. Peace out.